What's up guys, my name is Vineeth G. Mohan. I'm coming at you from the beautiful, unspoiled queen, that's what it's called Saba in the Dutch Caribbean as part of the Netherlands Antilles. And what I want to talk about today are my personal top 10 Malayalam movies of all time. Now as a quick background, okay, so I was actually born and raised in California. My family is from Kerala, but the thing is I always resonated so much with the Malayalam cinema, like the actors, the dance, the culture. Obviously this was a pretty difficult list to compile. I mean, like to take the hundreds of really good Malayalam movies out there and to pick just 10. Trust me, this is very difficult, but with that being the case, let's crack in. Number 10, RAVANAPRABHU, the sequel to, of course, Devasuram. First movie directed by Ranjith. And, you know, this is obviously branded as a masala movie. I love how they like just take every single genre and mix it up. Most people people like to shit on masala movies, but honestly, RAVANAPRABHU is an example of a masala movie done perfectly. I love how like for 10 minutes you're gonna be sad, right? His mom dies. And then a few minutes later, a nice action sequence to pump you back up, and a comedy sequence. And the reason why I love masala movies so much is I feel like they're like a microcosm of life, you know? Life isn't just one genre. That's how American movies are, right? They're just one genre. They stick to horror, they stick to comedy, all now. If you look at the good masala movies in general, they mix it up. And I think that's more realistic in how life is. I mean, your life isn't always one genre, it's always up and down, up and down, up and down. One of my favorite scenes from Mohan in this movie, of course the Savadi Giri, of course it's classic, but to be honest, is I just love this scene where he just blasts Napoleon in front of his daughter, in front of his wife, just blasts him, just hits on him. And I just love that. And then when he walks, the background music, which by the way done by RAJAVU, amazing, amazing, amazing. You can tell he gets really angry, Mohan, and you can feel that anger within you. Like it just transfers across the screen. And just at the end, right, he's about to kill Napoleon, and then Innocent comes in, no, and then the best part, and dude, when I actually originally watched this, I actually kind of like teared up, is when they cut in the flashback from the prequel at that same moment where Innocent also tells the father Mohan to not kill Napoleon. I just love how they cut it in, the background music coming together. Number 9 on this list is the movie called RAKSHASA RAJAVU. This is directed by Vineeth. This is actually released at the same time as RAVANAPRABHU. They were actually both, you know, warring against each other. If you guys know, there's always like, the Mohan movie, they're just like, you know, smashing against each other every season, right? I actually really love this movie. I'm just gonna be honest. Vineeth, what I like about him is like, he goes a little bit over the top in everything he does. I kind of like it when things are just a little bit exaggerated, just because you're watching a movie, right? You want it to be fun. If you watch the sequence where Cochin Hanifa's gang comes to Dilip's village to beat them up, and Mumdi comes in, it's exaggerated. Yes, the punch is it's exaggerated, but it's just so fun to watch. And on top of that, you have Rajamani's BGM once again. So just like gets you like just energized. Number 8 on this list, C.I.D. MOOSA. Okay, so this is one I actually did watch in India with my family when I went there in 2003. Johnny Engine's first movie, one of many cool movies he's made throughout his career. But what I really want to draw your attention to is the combo Uday Krishna, CBK Thomas. Bro, if I saw them right now, I don't even know like what I'd probably just like go to their feet and be like, oh, thank you sir, thank you sir, because the amount of like pure entertainment these guys have given Malayalam cinema is insane. And people love to shit on Uday Krishna, CBK Thomas. I'd say screw those haters. Dude, I freaking love this combo. What I love so much about Uday Krishna CB is that they have so many good twists that you don't see coming. They know how to make a great masala movie. Here's the kicker. There's still a good story, and it still keeps you engaged. Alright, so I'm gonna pick up in New York. Actually, my camera malfunctioned on Saba. Every single time you rewatch it, you see and notice different little comedies every time. For example, there's a scene with Captain Raju, he's in his lair, Dilip is there, some other side characters are there. And the first time you watch it, you're just watching Dilip, you're just watching the main character, you're just watching the dialogue. But if you actually look at the people on the side and you realize each character is doing their own little funny thing, that's how much detail they put into that movie. Johnny Anthony, the writers. Even today, after I've watched it 100 times, new things keep popping out to me. The next movie on this list is In HARIHAR Nagar. This is a 1990 super hit movie directed by Siddiq Lal, that great combo. And the reason why I love this movie so much is that it's that perfect mix of an amazing comedy movie with an amazing thriller. One of my favorite sequences of this movie is near the end of the movie, there's this amazing scene where the girl just learns that her lover died, and at the same time they juxtapose all these firecrackers going off in the background really, really loud. And I just feel like that's an amazing directorial choice by Siddiq Lal, because it's just a great opposite feeling. Like you can feel her sadness, but at the same time there's like the Christmas and New Year celebration, and it just enhances the impact of that shot. Number 6 on this list is actually to HARIHAR Nagar, the second part of the movie I just talked about. I think this is one of those rare sequences where the sequel did justice to the original, and you can even say did better than the original. One of the things I really love about this movie is that they gave a legitimate explanation to the Thomaskutti Vittura. You think that's just some random thing they just threw into the first movie, but there was actually a real explanation for why it was specifically Thomaskutti, because he was the new character that was added to that clan of friends. And then they're like, oh, Thomaskutti Vittura. It makes sense in that sense. If you look at that climax twist, it's probably one of the best climax twists in Malayalam cinema history, in my opinion. When I was watching the movie, I thought Thomaskutti, oh, okay, I guess he died. I guess it's gonna be the funeral and that's the end of the movie. And then I'm like, wait, they show like the Lakshmi Rai character come back and they show Thomaskutti come back and you're just like, what? And then you see like, exactly how he pulled that off, and then you see him kind of feel lonely. Like he made the millions of dollars, but then he's just like so lonely. And like, what's the point of this money if I don't have my friends? And then he goes back, the big fight scene, them all come back to, but I really feel like they did justice to that theme they had there. They kept the comedy of the original, but they added something new, that betrayal element. That was nice. Number 5 on this list is Classmates by Lal Jos. This was an absolute blockbuster at its time when it was released in 2006. Broke every single box office record, and you can clearly see why. I mean, it was a re-emergence of the campus genre in Malayalam cinema. A beautiful, beautiful script by James Albert. On top of that too, you have Alex Paul's amazing songs, and then Lal Jos's amazing recreation of that nostalgic campus feel. The next movie on this list is Friends, another movie from the Siddiq-Lal combo, except this time it's produced by Lal and directed by Siddiq. I remember at the end where Mukesh asked Jairam's son what's his name, and then he says his name is Chandu, Mukesh's same character's name. And the BGM just drops in, Ilaiyaraaja's BGM. The song starts playing, and I start crying. I literally start crying. I'm like, dude, that's so awesome. And that's what I love about these Malayalam cinemas, is that they can make you crack up so much, and then later in the movie, you're sitting there feeling like shit, crying. And it's just amazing, and then especially when they end in a positive note, it's just a great feeling. Another insanely amazing movie here on this list is DRISHYAM. I thought I'd do the green background because this is that famous photo of Mohan with the green leaf poster. You don't expect all those twists. You don't expect Jita Joseph would have thought this deeply into the movie. I want to say there's something called the DRISHYAM effect. Let me explain. So it's like literally after I did this movie, it was like literally I like did a shot of heroin, like sniffed coke or something. That's how amazing this movie was. That's how much of a dopamine spike this movie gave me. I remember the next 2 months after I watched this movie, nothing. Not anything I watched on YouTube, on whatever, on the Indian movie month, nothing gave me the same effect as this movie. I'm sitting there like, yeah, this is good, but like, it doesn't beat DRISHYAM. No matter what, you can show me anything. I'd be like, yeah, because my dopamine receptors were that fried from how amazing that movie was. The next movie on this list is Christian Brothers, directed by Joshi and written by, of course, once again, Uday Krishna, Sibi K. Thomas. I think it was around like 45 minutes. At that point, twists just start coming. It's like a diarrhea of twists. You see the next twist, okay, that's the twist. Okay, cool, that's a great twist, guys. Good job. And then the next one comes. Okay, fine, that was even better. Okay, cool, that's probably it. And the next one, and then it literally goes the rest of the movie. And it's just almost just like it's at a timer. Like every 10 to 15 minutes, a great twist comes, and it keeps going all the way to the end, where you see who George Kutty's real killer was. And finally, the last movie on this list, best for last. I can undoubtedly say this is the best cinema ever made. I'd even say in world cinema. I'm saying this in New York right now. It's people all around me. And I'm saying this point blank to everyone here. 2020 is the best movie made in world cinema. I can confidently say that. And the reason is this. You have all the superstars of Malayalam cinema. Mammootty, Mohanlal, Dilip, Jairam, Suresh Gopi, Joshi, Uday Krishna, Sibi K. Thomas. When you go into the movie, you know every single actor is going to be there, but the surprise is seeing how they're all interconnected. That's the real beauty of that movie. You're so curious to know, like, okay, what's Mammootty's role going to be? What's Suresh Gopi's role going to be? What's Dilip's role going to be? And he comes in much later in the movie. Another thing I really love about this movie, something very small, I'm not sure many people notice this, but the way Ranjan Abraham edited this movie, he did some small things. Whenever there's a big twist in the movie, like one character sees another character, Mohanlal sees Mammootty character, something big happens, they like repeat a few frames. Like, and it's kind of unnatural. You would probably never see that in a Hollywood movie, but in Bollywood movies, you can kind of pull off kind of weird edits like this, and people will like it and appreciate it. It's like you're doing a double take in real life. What? That type of thing. You just edited that and kind of made the movie version of a double take. Honestly, that movie, you'll never see it in another industry. Maybe the closest, I guess you could say, is maybe the Avengers of America. But I'd say 2020 beats the Avengers, just simply because of the amazing story, the amazing characters that like kind of, you see them kind of like go try to one-up each other. I mean, the best example being Mohanlal's reintroduction, pre-interval, things like that make this movie, I believe, the best movie made in world cinema. So that brings us to the end of this list. I realized this list wasn't fairly comprehensive. I mean, I completely skipped so many good directors. I mean, Priyadarshan, Subimal, Kavo, Blessy. So many ones were not part of this list. Ask me, what are my personal 10 right now, today? This is a 10, I would say. If you ask me next year, it might be a little different. Story is king. Malayalam cinema is amazing. And I'll always be a fan of that for the rest of my life. And I hope one of my American friends watches this, they might check out some Malayalam movies. Or if you haven't checked out one of these top 10, maybe you should check it out. Especially if you enjoyed the other movies in this list. You probably have a similar sense of movies that you like me. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna crack out of here. I'm going to St. Martin, going back home to California. Peace.